Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Going the Distance. This is episode 28. Can you believe we've done 28 episodes? I can't, but I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I want to thank the new members who are just joining me for the first time. And I want to welcome back the members that have joined me from the beginning. Your support means a lot, and before we get started, I wish you guys would like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to the page. It really helps me out. So we're going to jump into it. We got some head coaching news. We got in the NBA. We've got some NFL signings. We've got a couple championships to talk about. And as always, we got the music and motivation. So let's jump into it. So as we talked about last on the show a few weeks ago, the Lakers were looking for a new head coach. Well, they found one, and his name is J.J. Redick. He agrees to a 4-year deal to become the Lakers head coach. Now, this is funny that this story would come out now because I just saw earlier that the Lakers are planning to offer LeBron James a 4-year deal or a 3-year deal to stay with the Lakers. So J.J. Redick is starting to make some moves. He's starting to put a dream team together, I guess. Keep Anthony Davis and all that together. So, we'll just see how the Lakers do under J.J. Redick and see how he does. See if they can sign LeBron. See if they can get any big names in. So we'll see. Also, the Cleveland Cavaliers agreed to make Kenny Atkinson their next head coach. I don't know how many years. I don't know what the contract stipulation was. But he's going to be the Cavaliers' new head coach. He spent 2016 through 2020 coaching the Brooklyn Nets. And he spent the last 3 seasons under Golden State. So he's won some rings. But, they haven't been that... Golden State hadn't been at the forefront this year. So, does he bring that Golden State mindset, winning mindset to Cleveland? And does Cleveland step up now? Let's see. Also, Malik Monk signs a 4-year, $78 million deal to stay with the Sacramento Kings. Now, he's been with the Kings his whole career since he left the Kentucky Wildcats. And I remember seeing him play college ball. And he was really good. And I thought, they were a championship team. So now he's apparently going to spend his whole career with Sacramento, which is good. I'm a big fan of players staying with their original team that they're drafted with. Like, I wish Brady would have stayed with the Patriots for his whole career. Peyton Manning could have stayed with Indianapolis in the background under Tom's wing for his whole career. I mean, Tom beat Peyton every time. So, I mean, the move from Indianapolis to Denver didn't change anything. Tom still beat him. But, sometimes that hurts players. Sometimes that helps players. Sometimes it just middle of the road. But Malik Monk, congratulations on your 4-year, $78 million deal. And we'll see how you can do with it. Also, we have Rashad Stevenson, who plays for the Patriots. Rashad Stevenson and the Patriots agreed to a 4-year, $36 million deal with $17 million guaranteed. Now, Rashad Stevenson, he's been in the league for a few years, and he's been good. He was good that first season, and then last year he got injured, kind of fell off a little bit. But does he get back to that mentality of, his goodness again? Or does he, now that he's got his money, does he start tanking, or does he stay middle of the road? Don't know. So now we're going to go into some scores, and we're going to talk about something, a sport that I haven't really covered at all, but I saw this on the Pat McAfee show and the scores and everything, and I wanted to bring it up. So they did the they did the men's World Series, college World Series, and it was between Texas and Tennessee. So it was a best of 3 games. So on Saturday, Tennessee beat Texas. No, Texas beat Tennessee 9-5 in game 1 on Saturday. And then on game 2, Tennessee beat Texas 4-1. So tied the series at 1. So then going into Sunday, no, that was on Sunday. Going into Monday, yesterday, it was 1-1, which always happens. And, this was going to be the game to watch, the game for the ages. Whoever won this game was going to be the College World Series champ. And y'all, Tennessee defeated Texas 6-5, and they celebrate their men's College World Series. Tennessee is the College World Series champs, and it was a good game. The highlights I saw, I recorded the game. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but 6-5, it was a good, hard fought battle. Tennessee was ranked first, Texas A&M third, and it was one of those games you want to watch over and over again. So congratulations, Tennessee. Moving on to another championship game, we had the Hockey Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7, last night. And this was one to watch, y'all. The Panthers in Florida defeated the Oilers 2-1 for the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup in Game 7. And they avoided a 3-0 series lead collapse. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, the Florida Panthers were up 3-0, and they let the Oilers win 3 in a row to come back and tie the series at 3 games apiece to start this Game 7. Now, on the Pat McAfee show, he made the comment yesterday that twice there have been a collapse like this in hockey, and the team that was ahead in going into Game 7 with the 3-0 series lead, they didn't win. And both of those teams, it was the same team. It was the Detroit Red Wings. And this was back in like 1942 and 1947. They were ahead 3-0 and let their opposing team come back and beat them. Well, that wasn't the case this year. Florida Panthers avoided that by winning the series 4-3 because the Panthers were ahead 3-0. So, congratulations, Florida. This is y'all's first championship ever in franchise history. Congratulations. I hope there's more to come because y'all fought hard. Y'all beat teams like the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I believe y'all were the ones that beat the Dallas Stars to make it into the Stanley Cup. So congratulations to Florida. I believe since this happened on Monday, the parade is probably going to be Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to watch it and celebrate with y'all. I'm going to have to record it because I'm going to have to work, but I will be watching and celebrating. So that's all for hockey now. Hockey's done until next season, and I can't wait. I've gotten into hockey in the past 5 years, and it's just fun to watch. So I'll be back next season with the hockey with scores just like I will with the NBA. So now we're going to move into some NASCAR news. And we raced, and y'all, this was an interesting one because we had Christopher Bell win the race. We had Chase Briscoe second. I believe his name's John Berry third. Larson fourth. Chris Buescher fifth. And Chase Elliott, who had the pole, finished 18th. Chase just didn't have that great of a car this week. I mean, he had the pole, but qualifying was canceled because of inclement weather. So Chase got the pole and finished 18th. And, I mean, there's some of these high drivers, like the Kyle Bushes, aren't doing anything. And that's fine because I'm not a Kyle Busch fan. But, they need to start stepping up because we're getting all these Stenhouses and all these people that nobody really knows to winning these races and doing. And, just doing really good. Like they're trying to make these people somebody that they're not. So let's see these veterans get up there and mix it up a little bit. I know we had Larson and all that in there, but let's get some of those Denny Hamlins in there to shape things up. And let's just see how it goes. So I'll be back next week with the NASCAR to give y'all the scores next week. And now moving on to golf. We had Scotty Scheffler win at the Travelers Open in playoff holes at 22 under. Now the playoff holes, they were both tied at 22. Him and Kim were both tied at 22, but Scotty just did better. So Kim came in second at 22 under, but that's because of playoff holes. So, we'll keep up with that. And you guys, Scotty Scheffler's been in some legal issues here lately. So, hopefully he's learned from his mistakes. And just gets on the right track. And speaking of legal issues, I meant to say this. Kansas City is going to release, I saw earlier, I can't remember the name of the player, but Kansas City is planning on releasing one of their players, not the player that's been in so much legal trouble, Rashid Rice, but they're going to release somebody else because they've been arrested several times. Why don't you release Rashid Rice too, Kansas City? He's the one that should be released and suspended and all that. But you're not going to release him. You're going to release somebody else. This is why I don't pull for Kansas City. This is why I don't know. There's just something about it. All right, so we're going to move into the what we're listening to segment and who we're listening to. And who are we listening to this week is a guy named Danny Gokey. He's a contemporary Christian artist who competed on American Idol and finished third. He's had 6 albums, 2 Christmas albums, and actually my favorite song from him is the title track to one of his albums called Haven't Seen It Yet. It's a very inspirational song about not seeing God's light right away, but striving to find that light. And how do you find that light, y'all? How do y'all find the light in God? Is to read the Bible. Read it, and all the answers are in here. And that's what he's saying. He's like, haven't seen it yet, but by the end of the song, the person's seen the light, and they're just engulfed in God's grace and God's mercy. So the song I want you guys to listen to is Haven't Seen It Yet from Danny Gokey. And just listen to all of his stuff. He's just amazing. And he's been through it. He had a wife that he's been married twice, and his first wife passed away from cancer. And I remember when that happened because she was fighting cancer while he was on American Idol. And then she passed, and I believe that's where Haven't Seen It Yet showed up, because like Jeremy Camp with I Still Believe, Jeremy had the same sort of story. He's been married twice, and his wife died of cancer. And both Jeremy and Danny have found love again and married again, but it's helped their faith and their careers. Not careers, but it's helped their faith and helped their music writing. The pain helps, and you can hear the pain in their voice when they sing about their wives. So go check out Danny Gokey, and I'm going to do what we're listening to on Jeremy Camp here really soon. And going into the motivational today, I saw something. I saw a quote that really stuck with me. It says, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." What does that mean? That means you can't stop the storms, the choppy waters and the waves that life brings you and the storms, but you can learn to surf and learn to avoid those waves and learn how to move with the waves and learn how to overcome the storm and overcome the issues and the pain and the heartbreak and whatever you're going through, the depression, the anxiety, the thoughts of I'm not good enough, because you are good enough and you are enough, and there is somebody out there who is happy that you're here. And there's always, if you're going through those mindsets of nobody's here and this is the only option to not be on this earth anymore. You're here on this earth for a reason. You may not know the reason, but you're here for a reason. And somebody out there is there to reach their hand out and pull you out of that darkness. And that's what I try to do. I try to be there for the people if they're having a bad day. If they just need to talk, I'm here. And that goes for everybody on the channel. If you need to talk, I'm here. Just drop it in the comments what's going on. And, we're a community. We're here to help each other. So, just reach out. That's all I've got for today, y'all. I know this was kind of a quick show. I plan on, but sports, the sports seasons are winding down. So I'm going to be doing more music and motivational things here, in the next coming weeks. I'm building my favorite album lists. I'm building my favorite music artists lists. And those will be full shows. And I may do 1 or 2 shows a week on those. And we'll dive deep into these music artists and these songs and the albums. And I'll give you guys information. So I hope you guys stick around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I hope you guys liked the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment who you guys are listening to and who you guys like. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. I hope you guys have a good weekend. And I may do a show on Friday. I haven't decided yet. But have a good week. Have a good weekend. Thank you guys for going the distance with me. And God bless y'all.